Yeah, baby. Woo-hoo! We are back. We are live. We are in the building. Oh, no, you are not late. Actually, I am late. I was in the middle of a mission in an Xbox game, and I kind of lost track of time. So I had to tear myself away. You know, I told y'all I'm going to be gaming. So, yeah, your boy been gaming, but we are live on Friday Night Fight, baby. We here. I see all of y'all in the chat. Y'all been waiting for a minute or two, so let me stop wasting time. Let's get into the introduction. Let's do all the things, bro. Oh, no. I didn't forget. I just had to tear myself away from the Xbox. That's all. It is what it is. So, current time, 6:36 p.m. Central Standard Time, which means you are in the right place. You are on the right YouTube channel, baby. Yes. And since it's Friday night, you know what's about to happen next. But just in case you might be new here, let me break this down for you real quick. Pay attention. I'm only going to say it once. So this is the part of the live stream, if you're new, where you're going to want to turn your volume down. Because if you don't turn your volume down, I cannot be held liable for what your neighbors think about you listening to some loud dude on YouTube. That's on you, not on me. That's on you, not on me. Now that I have broken that down, we can get into the introduction and figure out what the hell I'm going to do next. I have no idea. I have no clue. But I do have a special guest coming, so that'd be cool. But other than that, I have no idea. So let's sit back, relax, and let's go to work here on Friday night, Black Friday. Woo! Woo! Yeah. All right, Viper. Let him have it, baby. Let him have it. Let's go to work. Woo-wee! What's up, people? This your boy Viper, the man about tech, and we are live! Welcome to Friday Night Fight, baby! Woo! Oh, yes! It is that day again! We are back! We are live on YouTube! Woo-hoo-hoo! Damn! That was good. That was good. Oh, man, that was good. For your boy running late, that was excellent. So, before I get started with tonight's festivity, let me see who I got in the chat tonight. First on the list is the legendary Apple jockey himself, Alex Jackson. What's up, bro? How you doing? We got Brooklyn's very own. What's up, bro? How you doing, baby? We got Alan Osborne. What's up, bro? How you doing? We got Jeff Hell. What's up, Jeff, man? Yo, Jeff, I appreciate seeing you on all my videos and comments, man. So thank you, Jeff. I appreciate you. We got my homie 504 out there. What's up, bro? How you doing? And Digital Slang is here. What's up, bro? How you doing? We got Snowman Machine. What's up, man? How you doing? We got that cat Viper. What's up, Viper? How you doing, baby? We got Tuvo. What's up, bro? How you doing? And the Norwegian sensation, LVA. What's up, bro? How you doing? And we got my enforcer, Genosis, is in the cut. What's up, bro? How you doing? Who else we got? Let me scroll down here. Oh, we got my man, F. Nick. What's up, F. Nick? How you doing? And Gwendolyn G is here, too. What's up, Gwendolyn? How you doing? Tech for your needs. What's up, bro? How you doing, baby? And Brett Shuddy. What's up, bro? How you doing? And my head of security, El Jefe Review. What's up, Jeff? How you doing? We got Anthony Beltray. What's up, bro? How you doing? Chanel 808 is here, too. What's up, man? How you doing? Sneaky Pete is in the building. What's up, Pete? How you doing, baby? We got Exquisite Bliss. Oh, my Lord, what is happening? A rare Exquisite appearance on a Friday night Vibe. What's up? How you doing, Exquisite? And Dennis Carlson. What's up, bro? How you doing? And who else we got? Oh, we got Joseph Hardison. What's up, Joseph? How you doing? Go on. How you doing, man? How you doing? And Doug Houston YT. What's up, Doug? How you doing? Apple Monster is here too. What's up, bro? How you doing? And we got Manny Sanchez. What's up, Manny? How you doing? And Iggy 360. What's up, bro? How y'all doing? I think I hit everybody up. I hit you all up. All right. So As the title says, tonight is going to be a free-for-all because I have no idea what the hell to talk about. I was like trying to figure out what topic to discuss tonight, and I came up kind of empty. However, I do have a special guest coming on here in a moment or any moment. I don't know when he's going to show up, but I got my man Trenton Marshall, Mr. Tech Rant. Well, he's not be ranting tonight because he's a happy boy tonight, but Tech Rant should be here momentarily. If you're listening, Trenton, why can I not talk tonight? If you're listening, Trenton, the link is in your Twitter DM. You know the procedure. So, Tech Rant should be here any minute. We'll talk about some stuff. Other than that, honestly, I have no idea what to talk to you all about tonight. I have no idea. Let's see. We got Yates talking about think of trying to match system memory with a motherboard. Oh, that doesn't sound like fun, man. That does not sound like fun at all. Don't know what you're doing there, but that does not sound like fun. So hopefully you all had a happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully, if you want to pick up some stuff on Black Friday, I hope you picked it up. Your boy Viper picked up the Astro A54 Gen for my Xbox Series X. So I got some gaming gens. Somebody had asked me on Twitter, Viper, what about the Turtle Beaches? Oh, I still have the Turtle Beaches, but those only work on the PlayStation. They do not work on Xbox. So I got the Astro specifically for playing on the Xbox, and we're good to go. We're good to go. But let me shut up and bring in my special guest tonight, the general of tech ranting himself, Mr. Trenton Marshall. Here, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Yo, what's up? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Loud and clear.
All right, cool. I just wanted to make sure. Oh, man.
I appreciate you joining me tonight. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
No problem. So before we get to the main event, I just learned recently that you and Terry Warfield kind of made a swap. You had a Sony Goldmaster 24 to 70 millimeter lens, and he had the Sony G Master 24 millimeter f1.4, and you guys kind of did a straight up swap. So how did that come to be, and why did that come to be?
Mainly, I was looking to go towards the 24 1.4. I think I was also looking at a 20 millimeter 1.8, and pretty much as of late, I've been trying to find ways to either spend less money or get more out of my money. And the one thing I kind of hate is I kind of hate trying to sell stuff online. Like, I hate the entire process because, you know, you want to sell your lens for a certain price, then somebody wants to talk you down, then somebody wants to tell you it's not worth that much. Then sometimes you got to deal with people who either aren't going to pay you or they're trying to scam you. So I'm just like, look, I would rather just swap it. You know, I'd rather say, hey, if somebody needs this lens, you know, I'll give you this lens. And if you have a lens that I need, I'll just take it. I really don't care about the whole, oh, well, this lens is worth $400 more. It's just easier.
Definitely. And especially around the holiday with a lot of scamming going on, I can definitely understand why you will want to make the process as easy as possible. I mean, obviously Terry is the homie, so you know you're good to go there. So I understand why you did what you did. Definitely.
Yep.
So I was trying to keep this on the low, but you put it on blast. So let's just put it on blast. So tell the people about your special delivery today.
So, yeah. So you sent me that LG Wing, and you know, as much crap as people talked about it, they're like, "Oh my God, it's a gimmick." Guess what? It's a gimmick that I like. Okay, so I don't care.
Talk to us. Tell us how you feel about it. Talk to us.
No, I feel good about it. Like, I got a chance to play around a little bit with it earlier, and then pretty much the rest of the day was running errands around. But I like the whole, you know, swing out feature. Like, that thing is cool. I got it upstairs charging right now because I was just playing around with it. But watching YouTube on it is fun. Trying to do different games and, you know, even flipping it around and using different orientations. That's pretty fun. Not bad for a first generation product.
Yeah, like I said, after I did the video on it last night, I think last night or the night before, I almost didn't want to give it, but I'm like, you know what? I already told him I was going to give it to him. So I'm giving it to him. But it's fun. Like, obviously, the reason why I gave it to him because I knew if I kept it, I wasn't going to use it. I got an iPhone 12 Pro Max. I got a Fold 2. Those are pretty much in my rotation. I got a Pixel 5 over there somewhere. So I knew I wasn't going to use it, and I knew that you were looking forward to, or you had wanted to get your hands on it. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just send it out the trend because I'm not going to use it, and I know he wants it. So I figured you can do big things with it. I am interested to see what you do with that gimbal system because, holy Lord, that gimbal system is legit, man. It's legit.
Yeah, that's something I still need to try out. And I actually want to go outside and try it. I don't want to like, just walk around the house and do it. Like, so I need to wait for like somewhat of a clear day in Cleveland, if that even exists.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's the only thing about the gimbal, that it only works with the ultra wide angle lens, and that ultra wide angle lens does not take in much light, so it's almost impossible to use in the dark unless you got like a flashlight or something, because that ain't gonna work. Other than that,
Hey,
yeah.
No, so here's the thing, right? I
Uh-huh.
wanted to say this because I remember people were talking, crap about it before. It's one of those phones that is not a, practical phone, because all of a sudden everybody's looking for the practicality and everything. And then, like I said, it's like people somehow just they kind of lost the ability to have fun with something. And I showed it to my girlfriend and I was like, here's the phone. She's not a tech person at all. I just gave her the phone and I was like, "Hey, how do you like this phone?" She was like, "First off, this is a huge screen," and she was like, "I really like it." I'm like, "All right, just swing it up from the bottom." And she was like, "What do you mean swing it up from the bottom?" I'm like, "Here, just put your finger here and swing it up." She swung it up. She was like, "Yo, that's so cool." I'm like, "Yeah, right." And then you know what blew her mind?
What's that?
When that selfie cam popped
Yep.
up. That blew her mind. She didn't care about dynamic range. She didn't care about what's some other BS we always talk about in tech. She didn't care about none of that. She just cared about how cool it looked. And that's all that mattered.
Now, if you want to impress us some more about that pop-up camera, pull it out and then drop the phone on a pillow or something and watch her mind get blown when it retreats into a casing.
So I told her about that and she was like, "Don't you dare drop that phone."
I mean, you can drop it on the pillow, but if you drop it, like, it's cool. If you drop it, the camera will reset back into a casing to not be damaged.
I know, but like
Crazy.
I said, regular person word. She was like,
No, I just thought that was pretty cool when I was reading that in the review material, because I know the OnePlus 7 Pro had a similar feature with it, but I'm like, oh, LG put that in their phone too.
yeah.
But the LG, like you say it's not practical, but I think it's actually very practical the way it swings out and allows you to multitask and different things like that. Like I had in my review video, they have that multi-app shortcut where you can open 2 apps on both screens at the same time. I mean, that's practical. I mean, I like it. Like I said in my review, it's not weird for the sake of being weird. It's weird with practical application, and that's why I think LG has something going on there, because there are actual practical uses with the LG Wing.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like trying to tell other people that there's practical uses to it.
Hey,
I'm like I said, it's you already know how I am with my content and the way I am. It's like, a lot of times people will sit there and get upset about something, and I'm just like, why? Why are you mad that a company's trying to do something different?
yeah, I remember reading your tweet the day that it was announced, and you were looking at these people tweeting about it, like, yeah, why y'all hating so much? I remember that. I remember.
I mean, people acted like it was like a personal attack on their productivity. Like, why would I ever use this? It's not for you.
Yeah.
They're not trying to shove it down your throat.
Oh, clearly, because
They
LG
have
doesn't
other
market nothing.
phones.
Yeah, LG and marketing is like it's like opposite, complete opposite. They don't market anything, but they should market that Wing, because the Wing is pretty. I think it's a pretty nice device. I enjoyed my time with it. It's a pretty nice device. I don't really have any qualms with it, except the fact that it had one bottom firing speaker on the whole device. But like I said in my review, I understand why they were only able to put one speaker on there, because with everything going on, there's not really room to put another speaker. But I mean, the one speaker that they did put on there, kind of weak, but hey, it is what it is. Also, I think it's priced a little bit too high, but I mean, it's
Oh
it's
yeah,
a it's marketed for I should say it's targeting a niche market. So I mean, it is what it is. LG doesn't even care that much.
yeah. I can't really give LG a pass on that speaker because they have a speaker grill for the earpiece, and it's at the very top. Is at a very very little razor thin edge, and I'm like, well, all the other phones could figure out how to do it. So what happened here? Like, I understand with Google because their speaker was underneath the display. I think it was the ultrasonic speaker or whatnot with the Pixel 5. But
Yeah.
if you look at the very, very top, there's that earpiece
Mm.
grill hole. So there should be some audio coming out of that.
Yeah, the Pixel 5 definitely has that dual speaker setup, but for whatever reason, the LG Wing does not. And Snowman, we are giving them praise for trying something new. Like I said in my review, I applaud LG for trying something new with the Wing. I think they're onto something. I hope they make a second iteration of it and follow up on it and see what they can do to make improvement, because for a first generation device, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's good what they've done with that, and hopefully they do more of it.
Same here, man. I fucking love that damn thing.
See, and that's why I gave it to you, because you were like, when the announcement came down, you were like, man, I want to try that. I want to try that. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to use this. Let me use it. Let me pass it to Trenton. So I just sent it to Trenton's way, and I'm pretty sure Trenton's going to use the hell out of it. Now, my question is that going to become your main device, or are you still going to rock with your iPhone 12?
For the most part, the iPhone 12 is going to probably stay the main one, and the LG is that's just going to be like fun time. Like
Okay.
my iPhone I have my main number on there. I got iMessage, and I'm kind of slowly sinking back into the ecosystem anyway. But the Wing is like, all right, I got some downtime at work and I just want to play a game or have fun with it, or I'm chilling at home and I don't want to think about YouTube. So I'm going to pull that out and have some fun with it. I'm going to show it to some other people,
Hey, do your thing. Like I said, in the DMs, I apologize for the micro scratches, man. I didn't even realize when I put it in the bag that day that I didn't even think to protect the screen, and it got all sorts of micro scratches on it, but you can't even see them unless you have it off. So,
but that's the thing that was blowing my mind, because I took it out the box and I was looking at it. I'm like, where are these scratches that he's talking about? Like, I had to pull out a pair of glasses and look in direct. I'm like, bro, that's normal wear and tear. I don't care about that.
that is not normal wear and tear. But yeah, like luckily you can only see them unless you're looking for them. So I kind of got lucky there. But yeah.
I got more scratches on my iPhone 12.
What? Wow. Wow. That's nuts. Damn. Okay, let's see. All right, so we got a question for you here. Anthony wants to know, what made you get back into the Apple ecosystem?
Well, honestly, I was somewhat already into the Apple ecosystem, but the main reason is I honestly would have to say it's Final Cut Pro and it's iMessage. Those are like the two big reasons of that. It wasn't necessarily AirDrop, because even though I had my iPad and my iPhone, I almost never used AirDrop, to be honest. If I used AirDrop, it's like maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. But definitely LumaFusion, Final Cut Pro. All the memes that I make online, it's like, for me at least, I know there's a way to do it on Android, but for me, it's just way easier to do screen recordings. It's way easier to edit stuff in LumaFusion. Once again, like I said, Final Cut, I wanted to come back to Final Cut because I got tired of trying to go through Adobe and paying Adobe every single month. And I'm starting to learn what you call it, Resolve, but I'm just really comfortable with Final Cut. So I'm like, well, I could get a MacBook and I could have an iPhone, and that could be my little ecosystem, and I could just roll with that.
Okay, so let's piggyback off of that, because me and you have had conversations before about iPad and what iPad can and can't do. So you no longer have an iPad Pro, if I understand it correctly, and you recently purchased an M1 MacBook Air. So talk about your transition from using an iPad to using that M1 MacBook Air.
Yeah, so I actually still have the iPad, so I haven't gotten rid of it yet.
Okay, you have it. Okay.
So I still have it. The main reasoning for getting the iPad Pro was, and I'm not trying to call anybody out of, I'm not trying to call anybody out about this, but a couple of months back, the iPad Pro 2020 edition came out. And I remember before how people were talking about, hey, I'm using my iPad Pro to replace my MacBook, to replace my laptop. And I was like, you know what? Okay, I will take a chance on it. I will go along that route of using LumaFusion and using iPad as a replacement for a PC or a laptop. as a YouTuber, this was like one of the hardest things I ever had to do because I'm used to using like plugins like TubeBuddy or vidIQ, which are naturally, you can install them into Chrome.
Mhm.
I didn't have that on the iPad. I would have to download a separate app, for TubeBuddy, and even then, trying to do tags and insert them into my videos was a pain. Also, as a YouTuber, we have a way to put information in our videos that's preloaded. So, like, if you have Amazon affiliate links, you can go into the YouTube Studio app and you can say, "Hey, on every single one of my videos I upload, insert this into the video." That way, you don't have to worry about finding those links every single time or copying and pasting those links every single time. For whatever reason, when I'm on YouTube mobile or using the YouTube Studio app on iPad and I upload a video, it does not put all that information in there. I have to copy and paste all that information over. Also, I was having issues with if I uploaded a video, sometimes it would upload in 4K, sometimes it wouldn't upload in 4K. Sometimes I would forget to go in and hit the monetization button because on mobile they kind of hide it a little bit. So you have to look for it and then go turn it on. Whereas if you look at the YouTube Studio app on a full computer, it's easier and there's just like way more stuff you can do. You also, I don't think you can add end screens through the mobile app. So there were so many things I was used to doing when I switched over to the iPad that I had to relearn how to do. And same thing with like making thumbnails. And it somewhat kind of just made my life harder. So I told myself, I was like, well, I'm going to start saving up. And at some point, I'm going to get a 16-inch MacBook Pro. I saw everybody else get 16-inch MacBook Pros. I saw how like they were like, skip the 15-inch, skip the 13-inch, get the 16-inch MacBook Pro. And so here we are going along, and they announced the Mac Mini and they announced the MacBook Air. And originally, I was going to go with the Mac Mini because I was like, I'll save $300. But I really thought about it, and I'm like, I'm going to be mobile. I'm going to move around, so I just want to. I'll take a MacBook Air. Like it's the cheapest one. Um, I had a veterans discount, so it was $899, and I'm like, I'm gonna roll with that. And so I got it, and ever since I got this MacBook, I haven't used my iPad. I used my iPad once, and that was just basically to view the comments on a test stream I did. And the MacBook, which I'm actually streaming from now,
Hmm.
has essentially replaced my iPad because I have gained that functionality back that I was missing when I was on the iPad. Like I used to edit my videos on my iPad, then I would upload them to YouTube, then I would come back to my 7-year-old gaming PC to do all my SEO and to do all my information. And I was thinking to myself how crazy that was that I'm literally going between two devices just to upload and put SEO in for a YouTube video. And it was driving me nuts.
Mm.
So the other thing about the MacBook Air, and I think I'm probably going to do a video about this, is the MacBook Air is essentially an iPad without a touchscreen because with the M1 chip, they now allow you to install iPad and iOS apps.
Yep.
So there's some apps that you can install and you can use them right on your MacBook, and they got mouse support and everything. So if I really wanted to, I could still use LumaFusion on my MacBook Pro. I mean, on my MacBook Air.
That is cold blooded. So it's interesting that you say that the MacBook Air will allow you to use some of the iPad OS and iOS apps that you were using on those other devices. However, there has been a little bit of issue with the Mac with the M1 Mac in terms of like non-Apple apps. Obviously, they can't run Windows at all because that's just not possible. And other non-native apps may or may not run okay on the M1 MacBook because they don't work with Rosetta or they're just not optimized yet. Have you run into any of those issues yet in your time with it?
I have not. I don't think I've run in my day-to-day usage so far. I haven't run into an issue where I was trying to use something that didn't work on the MacBook. I know you use Rosetta 2 to use legacy apps. I know some people were saying they were having issues with Mozilla Firefox, which is a web browser. I was actually able to install it the other day and it worked just fine.
Okay.
So I'm trying to dig through and at least, find what the issue was so I can make a video on it. But day-to-day use has been fine. The only issue that I had was when I was live streaming through YouTube and I was just using a Mac. I wasn't using my camera or anything else. I was just using this webcam. I was in a YouTube studio and I couldn't see your guys' comments. So I had to pull out the iPad to be able to see the comments. But that's really the only issue that I've run into.
Interesting. Now, right now, that's not for you right now. But right at this moment, are you using the microphones on the Mac or are you using an external microphone?
I'm using everything from the MacBook.
Do y'all hear how good this man sounds? He is using the internal microphones on the M1 MacBook Air right now, and he's now crispy and crystal clear. It's amazing.
Yep.
Hey, Apple, if only you took that much effort into your webcam.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. The webcam is the one thing I will always harp on because it's not like it's been this way for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4. No, this is like a 5-year plus thing. As soon as they switched from the older MacBook body style where they had like the smaller trackpad and they went to these, man, FaceTime camera quality was just like,
man. Apple, it is time to update the webcam on all of your MacBook. It's time, Apple. What are you waiting for? You don't need an invitation. You already got the invitation. Go ahead and get this done. It's ridiculous. They still selling these 720p potato ass webcams. It's ridiculous. Stop it.
I mean, like I did the research. I understand the physical constraints of which they're putting webcams into these MacBooks. I would gladly take a MacBook that's 2 or 3 millimeters thicker to give me a really good 1080p webcam. I don't care. I'm on that train.
You're not alone. You are not alone. There's a bunch of us that would gladly take a higher quality webcam. Seriously, like it's time. Like, well, I don't understand. I don't know why they keep neglecting the camera. They do everything else with the upgrades on a MacBook, but the camera they just will not. They won't touch it. They refuse to touch the camera for whatever reason. I don't get it, man. I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, I keep hearing everybody. They're like, well, no one really uses the webcam. Over 60% of people don't use it. I'm like, okay,
bruh.
What about the other 40%?
Yeah, and
where did you even get that number from?
Life is a little different right now with the Rona going on. We need webcam more than ever right now. So there's no excuse, man. Put it in there. You got it in your other.
Yeah, I mean, it's usable, but like, God forbid you ever try and record yourself and you look at it on the big screen, you're like, even right now, I'm sitting here with this big old thing right here, and not everybody has this.
Right.
So
yeah.
it could possibly look a lot worse.
Right. Yeah. It is amazing what lighting will do for your video. Lighting is magnificent. Woo! So, oh man. So you have been cranking out these M1 Mac videos like a boss, man. You've been doing your thing, bro. You've been doing your thing.
Yeah. I was just trying to make videos that were like that actually did something for some people because once again, not a shot. I was just looking at some videos and I'm just like, I feel like this video is more about the camera angles than it is about the actual MacBook. Because like sometimes, sometimes you sit there and if you actually, because I do this a lot. So like I usually listen to YouTube when I drive. I'm not always watching it. So I'll have the background mode on, and I'll be driving, and I'm like, all right, that's a nice track. Do, 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 do. I'm like, all right, cool. And then like you'll hear somebody in an Australian or like British voice say a couple of words, and you're like, all right, that's cool. Then there'll be some more music. Then there'll be another line. And then by the time you're done, you're just like, did that person just like read off a bullet checklist or something? And you go back and watch the video, and it's an amazing video. You see all these swirling camera angles, and you see stuff that's, shallow depth of field, and you're looking at the ports, and you're looking at the beauty of the product and everything. But if you're somebody that's listening to it and you're just trying to listen for information, you're just like, okay.
Hold up, y'all. We got to hit the button, y'all. We got to hit the button right here. Oh, shot fired! Shot fired on the podcast. He's firing all the shots, y'all. He's firing all the shots tonight.
Right. Like, I'm not saying I don't dislike it, but like sometimes I put myself in the shoes of the regular person that's not a tech person and that's not a camera person. And it's like, okay, if I needed to show someone a video of what they needed to know in order to make a purchase, what questions would they ask? What would they need to know? And so like the last, I don't know, 3 to 4 videos, I just said, look, I'm not going to ask anybody to subscribe. I'm not going to do an intro. I'm not going to get 2 minutes, 3 minutes into a video without really telling somebody something worthwhile. And I was just like, here, look, this is what you need to know. I even made a video. I was like, look, this is how you choose between 8 gigs and 16 gigs in less than 3 minutes. I know everybody else and their mom is talking about swap memory, and they're doing their due diligence, and they're going deep into the jungle of trying to explain all this. But the regular person does not care, or they won't care about swap memory. All they want is for you to help them make a decision. So I'm trying to do that with the video. Like, look, if you're doing this, go get it. If you can afford this, go get that. Just make it easy. It's the same thing I used to have to do when I was working at Best Buy, and people would ask me. They don't want the explanation. They just want the basic understanding of what should I get.
I am so glad you brought this up, because this is more an issue with the way YouTube is structured and how the algorithm grades videos more than it is a creator thing. But creators have kind of taken it to the head. But I absolutely hate it when I click on a YouTube video and the creator will take 3 to 4 minutes before they ever get to the point of the video. I mean, damn, can you like at least tease me with something before you go with the filler, before you get to the point? I absolutely hate it. You are very good at this. Travis is also very good at just like, at least when you click on the video and you want to know something, you and Travis will give the answer right at the beginning, and then you'll go into explaining why you gave the answer that you gave. But I hate when creators take like 5 minutes and fill the video with a filler before they get to the point. I hate it. Oh, it drives me crazy.
Yeah, and it's part of the process of, if you see a bunch of people going one way, in order to I don't know if I would say compete, but in order to be different from the other person, when someone comes to your channel and they look at your video and they're like, well, your video is just like everybody else. Like, why would I even watch this? You're just saying the same stuff. A lot of times we don't have a lot of time. A lot of times people, even me, like there'll be instructional videos where I'm just like, why is this a 17-minute long video for a 3-minute, instruction? And then you're sitting there and you're trying to scroll through and you're trying to find, what the point is or how to even do the thing. And I'm like, if I could just save somebody some time, I'm pretty sure that would be better than trying to get the ads at the 8-minute mark or trying to get the audience retention. Like YouTube was freaking out at me like this week. YouTube was like, dude, your audience retention is down. It is down. But at the same time, it was like your views going way up, your subscribers going way up. So I was just like, yeah, I don't care about audience retention time this week.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to get to the point, man. I mean, it's like El Jefe is saying in the chat there, an unconventional intro can help with viewer retention, man. The first 30 seconds of every video is critical. Exactly. if you're gonna fill the video with filler before you get to the point, at least tease me in the first 30 seconds to a minute of what you're gonna give me. At least give me something to hang on to while you go into your filler. Don't just hit me with straight filler for 5 minutes. I'm gonna click off the video, man. That's annoying. Just don't do that.
Right. And the other thing, I am not saying for everyone to go do this. So don't anyone take this the wrong way.
Take it the wrong way.
But I looked at my last, I don't know, 15, 20 videos. And every single one of those videos, I would ask people to like, I would ask people to subscribe, I'd ask people to hit the notification bell and all that stuff. Right. And I gained a total of 20 subscribers over doing that. In the past week, I think there was only one video where I asked somebody to subscribe, and that was at the very end. The rest of the videos, I didn't ask anyone to hit a like button. I didn't ask anyone to hit subscribe. Nothing. I literally got people in my comment section that are like, "Yo, this channel is awesome. I'm subbing." And I was just like, at this point, I don't know if people need to be told to subscribe anymore.
No, I mean, I can understand the point though. Sometimes, if they're watching the video, they might forget to subscribe, or the real one is hitting the bell because, I mean, everybody knows to subscribe, but not everybody knows to hit the damn bell, which I don't, even in my videos, I don't never tell people to hit the bell. I should probably start doing that. But the way I do it, as you know, Trent, I use graphics. I don't really do verbal cues. I just throw a graphic up there, tell them to subscribe, whatever. And then I get on with the video because I try to do it in a way that is unintrusive to the flow of my video. I wrestled back and forth with this for the 3 years I've been doing YouTube. Do I verbally tell them to subscribe, or do I just go about my business? And I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna do it as a graphic, and then I'm just gonna go about my business because I don't want to mess up the flow of my video. So it is what it is.
Honestly, I think that's the best middle ground. I think that just having a little graphic that just pops up is totally cool. They're gonna see it. They're gonna see it, and then it might click in their mind, but I honestly believe that if somebody really likes what you're doing, they're not going to say to themselves, "Oh, they told me to subscribe." They're going to scroll down and find the button because, perfect example. I was on the wing earlier, and I had totally forgot to sign into my YouTube account, but I was just watching videos, and I'm like, "Why am I seeing ads?" And I'm like, "Oh." Somehow, some way, I came across a creator called Cult Tennis, and they were telling a story about men versus women's tennis or whatnot. I was watching it and I liked the video, and I just went down and hit subscribe. I wasn't thinking about, oh yeah, hey, he told me just. I just went and hit subscribe because I like the content, and I think more people are like that. I think people who really like stuff, they're going to subscribe regardless if they really like it.
Yep. Shout out to my man Zach Talk Tech for the $5 Canadian super chat. He he had a 27 people watch a PF5 box last night for 17 minutes. Yeah. He was on some crazy stuff last night with his live stream. So Hepe said he's done it both ways. He's asked people to subscribe, and then he hasn't. And he says definitely asking them works better for him. And I think it's different for every creator. I've done it both ways. I haven't really noticed a difference either way, to be honest with you. I mean, the subscription is still the same, whether I ask or don't ask. So like I said, I just feel better just putting a graphic up there and just going about my business. But hey, as a creator, we have to identify the things and the methods that work best with us, and then just go from there.
Yeah, and that's why I'm telling people, don't take this as stop doing this. All I'm basically doing is saying, what I noticed and what worked for me, because everybody has stuff that works for them. You yelling at a camera for 45 seconds straight works for you. For me, it doesn't work. I'm ready to pass out after like 20 seconds. So, everybody has stuff that works or doesn't, for them. Another thing for me that I've noticed with my thumbnails and with the click-through rate. So I was going through and I was looking at my click-through rate, and before I was worried about kind kind of like putting in a different background and like highlighting stuff and making like the shocked faces and all that stuff, for the algorithm clicks and all that, because I know there's like research behind it. But at the same time, I'm looking at my last couple of videos that I put out, and at least for me and for what I do, it seems like people are more ready to click on a thumbnail where they actually see the physical product instead of seeing my face. Now, that could be a multitude of different things. That could be a whole different rabbit hole, but it's just me noticing, like, okay, I put a picture of an actual thing on there and people are clicking on it more than they're clicking on me going.
Okay, so here's the thing about technology. I've noticed this a long time ago. Indie tech space specifically, I've noticed that product thumbnails do a lot better than having your face in the thumbnail. It's, like you said, people are more drawn to the actual product. But the thing I've noticed with my content recently, at the very least, is that I feel like the title is a lot more important than the thumbnail. The thumbnail, it's nice to have a good thumbnail, things like that, but I think people are more drawn, at least in my videos, in my case, people are more drawn to the title. If the title is interesting, if it catches their attention, then they're more willing to click on the video. But like I said, that's another one of those things where as an individual, you have to figure out what works best for you and then rock with that.
Yeah. So part of that goes off my own personal taste, because I'll look at a title and I'll say to myself, okay, that's a good title. Or I'll say to myself, I'm interested. But if there's two videos side by side, and let's say one video has a picture of somebody, and then like you have like something in the background or whatever, but you know, you can kind of tell the thumbnail is more about the person and the reaction. Whereas if you have another thumbnail where it's just the product, somewhere in the back of your mind, you're like, oh, that person has the product. I can see it like it's there. Let me go click on that because they're showing it to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because there's sometimes, and I've been guilty of this in the past, where you'll see a thumbnail, you'll see a face, and you'll see like a picture, and then you're like, okay, maybe they have it. And then you click on the video and it's like, yeah, I'm talking about this today, this is what's coming out and blah, 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 whatever, whatever. And part of you on the inside, you're just like, I just wanted to see the product. I don't want to I don't want to hear about the rumor. I don't want to hear about the
Hmm.
what if. I want to see the actual product in
Ooh.
someone's hands. Like if someone's going to tell me, "Hey, this is how you change out an air filter on a 2017 Ford Focus." I want to see the engine bay. I want to see the air filter. I want to see you taking out the air filter and putting it back in. If you're going to show me how to use a phone, I want to see the phone. I at least want to see, you know, something that I can follow in order to be able to do it. And so that was like, the same thing where like my last video, even though I used it for a thumbnail, I told people at the beginning, I'm like, look, this is not the actual Mac Mini. I bought the MacBook, but this is just for a comparison. This also lets you know that I'm not just some random dude that decided to pick up an Apple product. Like I've used Apple products in the past. So it's just stuff that I think about.
Yeah, I have definitely had people get mad at me when I put the in the thumbnail I put a product and then but I don't have the actual product and they get mad that I don't have the actual product. I'm like, but the funny thing is the product wasn't even released yet and they're mad at me like, yo, the product ain't released yet. You can't be mad at me. The product's not even out yet. But yeah, people do not like clickbait at all. They hate it.
Yeah. And once again, like this is a personal thing for me. Once again, me. I used to, for lack of a better term, I used to waste time trying to figure out how to make a dumb face. Like straight up, because I would record my video and I would edit it. While I'm editing, I'm trying to think, okay, what's a face that I can make that somebody would click on? What would be a face that would, really get people involved? And I'm sitting here feeling like the dumbest idiot on earth trying to make these stupid faces And somewhere in the back of my mind, I literally asked myself, I'm like, am I really that desperate for a click? I've spent the last 30 minutes trying to figure out how to make a face that somebody else either hasn't made, or make a face that makes sense, or make a face that can't be photoshopped and used against me on Twitter. And I'm just like, and then that's where I got the idea to record myself, and I put it on Twitter. I'm like, hey, this is legit what people have to go through to make a face for a thumbnail. And then I recorded myself, and I was just like, I watched it back, and I'm like, yes, that is literally what I'm doing before a video for a thumbnail. I am embarrassing myself on the internet in hopes that someone will click on my video. What has my life become?
Hey, that's part of the game, man. Us being creators on YouTube, we know that part of the game is we have to somehow make an emotional connection with a potential viewer. So part of making that emotional connection is to make those silly faces, even though we know they look dumb, we know they're goofy as hell. But like they were saying in the chat, the numbers do not lie. When you make these faces, people click on the video. So it's just all part of the YouTube game, man. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, I just, I just don't have a preference for it anymore. Like I said, I'm not hating on anybody that does it. If you do it and you get more views and it works for you, then do that. Like, totally with you on that one. But you know,
No,
everybody has their own preference.
yeah, absolutely. It's funny because on my LG video when I made that face or whatever, that wasn't an intentional face. I was looking for a frame from the video to use, and as I was scrubbing through the timeline, I happened to come across that frame. I'm like, oh, this would look cool. So I ended up putting that in the thumbnail as a thumbnail and whatnot. But that wasn't an intentional face. But yeah, you gotta do what works for that for you. Like I said, I've kind of figured that that stuff really doesn't work for me. The clicks don't really change if I make a face or if I just make a regular face. It doesn't matter. Like I said, I think title matters more than anything. Even more than the thumbnails and from my experience. But hey, it is what it is. But here's some breaking news for you all watching live. I've been trying to figure out when to do it. I've been getting it together. I think I got it together. So I am announcing the date next week, which is December 4th. It's the second annual Vipey Awards. Now, for those of y'all that are new here, last year I started doing my own smartphone awards, so I called them the Vipey. So next week, next Friday night, baby, we are having the second annual Vipey Awards. As I told you guys last year, the awards are based on phones that I have used. So if your favorite phone doesn't win an award or something like that, chances are I didn't use it. So it kind of hard for me to like award a phone when I never had any experience with that phone. So I base my awards only off of devices I have owned or used in 2020. So next week is the Vipey Award. So Trenton, to get a little prepared for the Vipey here, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to throw you with a hard question. I'm going to throw you a hard one at you, Trenton. You yourself have used a lot of technology in 2020, so I'm interested to get your thoughts. What is your favorite piece of tech you've used this entire year?
As of right now,
yeah,
M1 MacBook Air.
Ooh, that was quick. That was quick. Ooh.
And it might be a little bit of a bias because I haven't had a MacBook all year, so I've been doing everything through the iPad or through the iPhone. So I didn't get a chance to use the 16-inch MacBook Pro. I didn't get a chance to use the 15, 13-inch iMac or anything else like that. So it's purely based off of the stuff that I've used, but it's the one thing that's made my life way easier. Like, you ever wonder, like, you're like, how did I live without having this? Like, how did I live without having a trackpad? Jesus.
I feel that kind of way about my my Rodecaster or my Rodecaster Pro, my podcast studio thing. Like, it has made my video production so much easier, and I had no idea before I got it what it could do, but it's been amazing.
Yeah. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I could choose phone of the year anymore because I don't use all the features on phones. So my decision will probably be a little bit skewed compared to other people. I use a phone as a phone first, as a way to contact somebody, as a way to do something. or watch YouTube, but I'm not making cinematic movies. I'm not trying to get super high dynamic range shots. I'm just pull out the phone and I just take the picture.
There you go. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And yeah, so I don't know how many of you all watched the original Vipey from last year, but I have all the category from the original Vipey coming back. Plus, I added a couple of new ones this year. So it's gonna be a longer show this year. But like I said, next Friday night, make sure you get your popcorn ready because the second annual Vipey thing going down. Should be fun time for sure. But so your favorite tech is the M1 MacBook Air. Okay.
Yeah, so far.
Okay. I understand. Those MacBooks are pretty legit from what I hear. Definitely. You guys can find out my favorite tech the Vipeys. I have a category just devoted to that. So yeah, I will tell you guys next Friday night what my favorite tech of this year has been. But most of you probably already know, but you'll find out for sure next week. So what else is going on in tech, Trent? What else? Like I said, I have no idea what the hell to talk about tonight. What else is going on? What's going on your end?
Mainly just still learning my way around the MacBook. I still got to do some more research on which videos I should make next. I'm really just trying to answer questions per se, because that seems to be the most helpful content, is stuff that people are looking for, people are basically looking an answer for. And a lot of times I'm in that place where I'm just like, man, I wish someone would just tell me how to fix this.
Right.
So been doing that. I've actually been taking more of a break from social media and Twitter. Like, I'm not as crazy active on it as I was before, because I really found myself wasting a lot of time getting into dumb arguments that had like no resolution whatsoever. And I'm like, man, I could have spent that hour doing something fun.
Yeah, man. You got, man. Sometimes you gotta not engage with the crazy people because they will engage if you let them. Definitely. All right. So while I got at the top of my head, I'm gonna let you guys know on a little, not really secret anymore, but most of y'all know I told you guys a story about how I came across my Xbox Series X. I had to do a lot of work to get it. I had to drive 80 miles to get it, but that was made possible from a website or by a website called popfinder.com, which I'm putting in the chat here. Popfinder.com gives you real-time inventory for different retailers like GameStop, Target, Best Buy, Walmart, Sam's Club. But it gives you this inventory information in real time. So if you are looking for one of these next generation consoles still, definitely check out popfinder.com and see what's going on there, because that's how I got my Xbox Series X. I woke up one morning, I checked the Target inventory. I saw that a Target 80 miles away had 8. And I was like, they didn't have those Xboxes before they when they closed last night. So I knew that they overstocked. They stocked overnight. So I'm like, all right, I got hour, 10-minute drive ahead of me. Nobody knows these boxes are there because they just stocked them overnight. So I went and I got one. But yeah, if you guys are looking for a next gen console, definitely check out popfinder.com. Their inventory tracker is pretty legit. The only thing I would say is that if you find a location that has one or less or one or fewer, don't even waste your time. Don't go. Because it's probably gonna be gone by the time you get there. But if they have like maybe 3 or more, I would say maybe take a chance. But they got one or less, don't even do it. Shout out to Keep It Techie for the $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, baby. Appreciate you.
I like Digital Slang's comment right there.
What?
Did you get anything for Black Friday?
Yes. Although I didn't get it at a discount, I had to pay full price, but I certainly did buy something on Black Friday. Got these Astro 850 for the Xbox, baby. That's what I got.
Nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, I had to pay full price, but I've been eyeing them. Had a little cash, but yeah, sir. Now your boy gave me like an absolute boss. Love these things. I had them for my previous system, and I love them. So I'm like, you know what? I get these. But yeah, that's what I got. What you get?
I bought nothing.
You know what? You actually, and I also secured the bag on a Starbucks eggnog frappuccino. Let me tell y'all something, man. This Starbucks eggnog frappuccino, it's the new bag. Mwah, mwah. Magnificent. It's magnificent. And you, sir, you have been slacking on your Starbucks video. Where you been, Trent? Where you been?
I've been busy, man. Like,
man,
I had to put that on the shelf because I'm like, all right, if I'm gonna do YouTube, I'm not I'm not in the position financially. I'm not in the position job wise, time wise to try and do the coffee channel and try and do the tech channel. Like one had to go, one had to suffer. One's monetized and I'm actually getting track on. The other one, I'm basically starting from scratch and I'm taking money out of my pocket to try and, fund that. So it didn't make sense at the time. So I can probably, to be honest, that channel might return back in the summer of 2021 because the other thing that really sucked was the pandemic, dude. Like the whole, having to wait 20, 30 minutes in a drive through, it sucks. And then like, you want to go park and sometimes you want to go in, but sometimes you don't. You're trying to socially distance. And then you're like, should I be doing all this just for a cup of coffee and putting my health at risk and other people's health at risk? And I was just like, yeah, it's not really doing anything for anybody. So I'll just postpone it for now. And I'll do it in the summertime because normally with my job, I get like 3 to 4 weeks off in the summer. And so that'll make more sense because I'm not trying to squeeze Starbucks in between me going into work or picking up TJ or, hey, I'm shooting this video and I need to go here. Let me make sure I grab a Starbucks on the way so I can do my 5 minute video and then edit that and then do a thumbnail and then tag it and then try and upload it to YouTube. So it just didn't work out for me as far as the time that I have right now.
I got you. Hey, at the end of the day, you gotta set your priorities and do what is going to benefit you the best. And I understand that. Although I do miss the Starbucks videos, although we're kind of cool, but I understand. I understand.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I started it at a different time, but like
Hmm.
I'll tell you, there are just some days with my job where I come home drained. I come home mentally drained, physically drained. I don't want to turn on a camera. I don't want to um put on a happy, positive face for everybody in my videos. And it's just like some of those you can go back in the videos and you can see those days in my face. Like, and I'm just like, I can't I can't do that. Sometimes I have to take time to myself. And so like with these videos that I recently put out, it's because, I had some time off and I just started putting them out. And then possibly when I go back to work, I'm not going to be uploading every day anymore. I'm going to upload once every 2 or 3 days.
Right. Yeah, that whole going into the office kind of put the damper on making YouTube videos. I know the feeling, dude. I know the feeling. Terrible. Very terrible.
Yeah, it's really weird to, you know, argue with people and get yelled at all day and then come home and, all right, let me be happy. Like,
You know what? It's kind of man, because like it's funny, like you just said, it's kind of hard to come home and be all happy. But like I tell people, or I've told people in the past, your body language comes across on video. And if you're drained or you don't have energy and you're just not feeling it, that stuff comes across to your viewer on video. So like Trenton was saying, you kind of have to find a way to put on that YouTube faith and that energy and go, because if you be anything less than that on camera, it comes across and people will sense that.
yeah. And the other reason why I was trying to do the daily part was because I was trying to build up at least like a small catalog of M1 videos. So like, if someone came to my channel and let's say they found me the first time, I didn't want the one video just to be the one off video. And then they see like the rest of the videos about, the iPhone and then the rest of the videos about Samsung. I wanted to be like, all right, if they come to my channel, they'll have at least like a good 5 or 6 to watch so they know that I'm actually doing the M1 content and I'm not just making a one-off video. So it's kind of a precursor for like future videos to come.
There you go. Now, did you set up a playlist for the M1 video?
Yeah. So it was like day one. I had made a playlist. I still need to add a description, but made a playlist put the video up, and then the next day I recorded, added the video. And so pretty much from now on, I'm just each M1 video I'm adding to it. And I think I'm up to either 4 or 5 now, but it has that nice little horizontal row when you go to my channel now.
Nice. There you go, baby. Playlist of the way. It's all about channel. Channel. It's all about channel organization and optimization, man. When somebody comes to your channel, they should get an idea immediately of what your channel is about. Like if you go to my channel, you're gonna see an iPhone 12 playlist. You're gonna see an iOS 14 playlist, and other Apple playlists. So you will know right there what my channel is about. So I think that gives any potential subscriber a good feel immediately without even watching the video. They have a feel of what you are about and what your content is about when you have those playlists laid out like that. So I kind of like that we are able to do that with our channel.
Yeah. Yeah. I think for a while, I'm just gonna stick to the really basic, really straightforward videos. It mainly due to time constraints because I will say this right now, I respect anyone who shoots B-roll. Okay. Because to essentially, make an entire video, that's one task. Then to shoot these creative B-roll shots and switch out the backgrounds and switch out the lenses and get a certain look that's very nice and artistic, then to try and insert that B-roll at key points in the video with the editing to where people are editing 4, 5, 6 hours for one video is awesome. I don't have that kind of time. I don't pretend like I'm gonna have that kind of time. So I'm not even gonna go down that route. Y'all can have that lane, but I definitely respect it.
No doubt, man. I'm the same way. You know what? I mean, some of my videos have like limited B-roll, but that's mostly B-roll I shoot with my iPhone. I'm not trying to change lenses and all that stuff. I'm not doing none of that stuff. If I do put B-roll in my videos, it's very simple, basic B-roll. And I couldn't even really imagine spending like 5, 6 hours editing a video, man. The most I take maybe 2 or 3 hours top. But I'm like you, I don't have the type of time. I work a full-time job too. So I mean, when I put these videos out at night, especially, I got to be quick about it because, I mean, I'm already playing behind the 8 ball when you're shooting, editing, and trying to put the video out all in the same day. I mean, we're already at 7, 8 o'clock, and I mean, it's rough, man. So I'm with you. Ain't nobody got time for all that special stuff.
I mean, like, I could do it. I'm not going to say I would be great at it, but I could do it. It's just instead of putting out 2 to 3 videos a week, it would be legit 1 video a week. It would be that one video that's 10 minutes. And for me right now and the goals I'm trying to get at, I don't want to do 1 video a week. I want to do 2 to 3 a week so I can at least, somewhat keep up.
Right, man. Put that content out there, baby. Put that content out there. Yeah. Definitely. So let's look at the Tech Man is doing here on the YouTube. Ooh, 5.25 subscribers. My man making that. Hey, that one's up, baby. That one's up.
I've gained, I think, almost 80 subscribers since Monday.
Wow.
Was it Monday? Or let me see.
Go, boy. Yeah. Handle it, baby. Handle it. Listen now, Hefe, you work from home. What are you talking about? I was messing with you.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah. Making videos is very time consuming, definitely, man. Especially when you have a full-time job. It's time consuming. Definitely.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But hey, when you love what you do and you're passionate about it, I mean, you get it done, man. You find a way. You find a way to get it done, bro.
Oh yeah. The other obstacle I have is TJ, as you guys know.
Oh, yeah, the light-skinned warrior, as they call him. Never know when he's gonna run through a video. You never know.
Man, look, I was down here one day and I was getting everything set up. I don't know what I was doing, but I was so distracted that TJ managed to pick up my entire tripod with the camera on it. It was sneaking away with it with the biggest smile on my face, on his face. And so I turned around and I was getting ready to record. I'm like, where's my camera? And then all I hear is, Dad. I was like, yo, you better put down my $3,000 setup.
My man
You know?
said, "Give me that attention, son." He said, "Y'all want the attention, not the camera."
But you know, it's times like that when that happens, and I'm like, look, this video can wait. I'm about to go play with my kid.
There you go, man. There you go. And priorities, man. You gotta set those priorities, bro. Okay, so I got an interesting question for you. Is there any tech left on the docket for this year that you haven't got your hands on that you would like to get your hands on?
You mean like get my hands on to keep, or like get my hands on like to try out?
Either or. Yeah.
I would like to try a PS5. I don't know if I would necessarily keep it. I don't have enough friends that do PS5. I would also like to try out the Xbox because I really want to see like that instant on feature. I also want to see how NBA 2K looks in the next generation. As far as tech goes, I think I'm pretty much kind of teched out for the rest of the year. Like there's nothing else I'm really looking at this year that I'm like, oh my God, I need to have it, or oh my God, I need to see it. I'm kind of at a good place to where I really don't want any more tech right now. Like I said, it would just be the PS5 or the Xbox.
Gotcha. Yeah, most of the tech that I wanted this year, I either brought or was sent my way. So I'm pretty good. Although there are a couple of things that I think I want. Oh, well, one is not really tech related, but I want that Lego Batwing. I got to get my hands on that at some point. I want that.
Oh yeah,
I want that. Also, yeah. I want to try the Amplify Alien Wi-Fi 6 router, but that thing is pricey AF. But I want to try that. I don't know if I'll be able to get that one though. Maybe at some point. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, I'll probably grab a Wi-Fi 6 router, but I just haven't felt the need to. Like, the internet I have right now is good, and then sometimes I'll just use the internet at work. Like, if I have to upload something, I'll just go to my job, hit upload, let it sit, and then there it is. Yep. I was kind of hoping that there might be a battery case for the iPhone 12 that Apple does.
There will be probably one not until next year though. They usually don't come out to January at the earliest.
Yeah, I really want to see if people go down that route of making a MagSafe type charging solution. Because I think that'd be really cool to, magnetically attach it. So when you need to charge it, it needs to charge. And then when you want to take it off, you just take it off so you don't have the extra bulk. And, it kind of reminds me of the days where you would carry an extra battery and you would just take off the back, put in a battery, put it back on, and swap it out.
Back when batteries were removable. So I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot. I did want to talk about that tonight. So we are getting multiple reports that next year there will be at least one portless iPhone. So this caused me to wonder, are we ready for a completely portless iPhone? Now, a lot of us have come to the conclusion that MagSafe is kind of Apple's way of bridging up from Lightning to portless at some point. But my thing with MagSafe, at least the way it's constructed now, is that MagSafe is not wireless. Yes, it charges the iPhone. Yes, it charges the iPhone wirelessly, but the MagSafe puck itself is attached by a wire, a very short one at that, which is kind of annoying. But that's neither here nor there. But are we really ready for a completely portless iPhone? I don't think we are, because I don't know if we have achieved like charging speeds that could survive having a completely portless device. And MagSafe in its current form definitely not going to work for a portless iPhone because, again, that wire is too short. If we can find some way to make like MagSafe wireless, actually wireless, that would be something interesting. But you got to think about charging speeds and things like that. Then you got to think about what happens if the phone is bricked. How do you service it and things like that? Like Renee Ritchie brought up in the past, like factory data restore and data transfer and all that stuff. there are so many things that go into a completely portless iPhone. Trent, do you think we are ready to go that route?
I will answer that in 3 parts.
3 parts.
As far as tech people, as far as YouTubers, journalists, people that are on the bleeding edge of tech, they're absolutely ready. They have their wireless chargers, they have their MagSafe. Pretty much when you're living on the edge, you get all the brand new stuff. So you kind of already train yourself to get ready for this type of stuff. So the techies, they're ready. The second part of the answer is the general public, and that's where it's the 2 parts. You have part of the general public that is a little bit into tech, but they're not crazy about it. So they don't have wireless chargers everywhere, but they might have one, but their entire family doesn't have one. So if you were just to drop a phone right now and say, hey, no more lightning cable, a lot of people would just be like, dang, there's another charger I got to buy. There's another this I got to buy, if I want the brand new thing or whatnot. Then you got the other half of the population that is just sick and tired of change. And there's that whole inconvenience thing. Like, think about how many lightning cables you have right now, or think about the fact that when you have an iPhone and you go somewhere, and this happens all the time at my job, your phone's dying. You need to plug in your phone. You need to charge up your phone. Hey, man, you got a lightning cable? No, I got a USB-C one. Oh, crap. Hey, you got a lightning cable? No, man, this is my car. Crap. Hey, man, you got a lightning cable? Let me go look. It's like the whole convenience part of it. And the other thing that you do as far as, taking your lightning cable and, plugging it into other stuff. The main issue I have right now with Apple, and other people have this issue too, is to charge my laptop, I need USB-C.
Mm-hmm.
To charge my phone, I need a lightning cable, right?
Yep.
Or, to charge my AirPods if I don't have the wireless one. So now we're going to throw in, well, to charge your phone, you got to charge it wirelessly. So now you have to carry around either that MagSafe charger puck, which is stupidly inconvenient. And it's like 3 things now if I want to be in the Apple ecosystem.
Yeah, it's very fragmented as far as charging devices. Definitely.
I mean, legit, I want someone to go to their job or go to a gas station or go to a hotel and be like, oh man, I left my charger, or oh man, I need to charge my phone. And especially, with the way that things are going on now, to where you have to practically order everything and wait for it to show up. Hey man, I need to charge up my phone. You got a wireless charger? Nah. Why does this person need to have a wireless charger when they already have a way to charge their phone? So, like I said, right now, it's not a thing. What I think Apple's going to do is they're just going to do the Apple thing like they normally do. They're still going to sell, or they're still going to have phones around. They're still going to have iPhones to where you can plug them in. They're going to give you the iPhone or sell you the iPhone without the port. And just like what they're doing with the Intel to silicon transition, they're going to do the same thing. Here's your wireless phone, but we're also selling you Lightning phones. Then every year we're going to take away a Lightning phone. So, one year we'll take away the 10R, then we'll take away the 12. We'll take away the 10R, then we'll take away the 11, then we'll take away the 12. Then everybody will come out and make their videos, and they'll talk about, well, you had 3 years. Apple gave you 3 years to switch over. You already knew that this was coming, and then they're going to add more and more wireless charging iPhones. They're just going to slow walk you.
Well, hell, if you believe the reports that we're just going to be right into the deep end next year, I don't know, but Apple is very weird about this stuff. But I still don't believe, like somebody was saying in the chat, I don't think the infrastructure is in place yet to support a completely wireless iPhone. And also, shout out to my man, the Tech Preacher, Easy Computer Solution, for the $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Good evening to you. How are you doing? And people, I always tell you guys that super chats are not required, but they are open. So if you do want to support the stream and support your boy Viper, the super chat option is open for you, but again, it's not required. But thanks to Easy Computer Solution for being in the building. But me personally, I don't think that we are ready for a portless iPhone just yet. I know that's where we're going, but I don't think we're ready yet. But apparently, we are definitely gonna get there sooner than I would like. But I guess Apple worked on Apple's timetable. They don't really work on anybody else's timetable. So I guess we'll figure out. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it next year. Apparently.
Well, here's the funny thing about that, and I keep preaching this. Apple can do this because you have no other choice. Like Samsung can't force this down your throat. Google can't force it on you. LG can't force it on you because a lot of people can just turn around and say, "Hey, I'm just going to go with another company," and another company can play that game of, "We're not going to force you to go wireless because Samsung said that they wanted to go wireless. We are going to, hold on to this as long as humanly possible and steal some of those customers." With Apple, no one else sells an iPhone. So if Apple comes out and they put a finger in your face and they say, "Hey, we're going wireless, take it or leave it," okay, maybe you hang out with the iPhone that you have for the next 3 or 4 years. But once they stop supporting it and they shut that thing off, essentially you're going to have to get wireless anyway. And I'm pretty sure they know that. They're just like, where else are you going to go? It's the same problem that we had with the whole, and this is kind of why I've given up on right to repair. We had this whole issue with right to repair where Apple was making their laptops hard to repair. They were making their phones harder to repair. If you replaced the battery health would no longer work. If you switched out Touch ID, the phone would work, but you could no longer get Touch ID. And the same thing with the screens for Face ID. So they progressively push you into not even wanting to try to repair the device, at the same time making it, kind of a thing for you. Like, hey, you should really go get Apple Care. Like, that's one of the videos I'm going to make. I'm going to be like, look, if you're buying an M1 MacBook, go get Apple Care because you can't fix these. These new laptops, you can't fix them.
Right.
But at the same time, where else are you going to go? You barely can make a Hackintosh anymore. So if you're somebody that likes Apple and you like Apple products, what is your option? And for anybody out there that says, well, the option is to not buy Apple, that time is come and gone. Apple has gotten to the point to where they're so big that people are going to buy regardless of right to repair. And we've been trained conditionally to just buy stuff anyway. Like, when was the last time you seen anyone pull out a screwdriver to fix a laptop? I'm one of the few people that still does it. And that's like a dying thing because I used to fix them, but then, like I said, Apple made it to where it wasn't profitable for me to fix it. But that's just the way that the world is going anyway. Like,
yeah.
Same thing with cars. I will see someone who will blow an alternator, right? That's a $200 or $300 fix, maybe $600 or $700 if it's a more expensive car. They won't fix the alternator. They will go trade in the car with the $700 problem and go in debt $21,000 to get a whole nother car instead of just fixing the car. So it's already in place. Like, it's already in motion. And that's kind of like, where I get into these arguments with people. They're like, man, you're just feeding into the system. What can I do? What can I do?
Yeah, I mean, when we're talking about Apple instances, and so it's not much you can do. It's funny that you brought up the whole car analogy and things like that because you make a good point. People opening up laptops in pretty much a thing of the past. Like, I do it for work, you do it for work, but I mean, how much longer are we gonna actually be able to do that? I mean, at least on the PC side, I don't think it's going away anytime soon. But with Apple, they're just not having none of it. There's no opening up an Apple MacBook at all.
And even though that Apple is doing it, everybody unfairly, in my opinion, they say, well, it's Apple. Like, they're the ones doing it. I'm like, well, HP has stuff that you can't repair. Microsoft has stuff you can't repair.
Oh, yeah.
Sony has stuff you can't repair. And it goes down the line, and it's either you can't repair it or the avenue that you have to go through is more expensive for you to repair on your so for basically for you to, do the right thing and keep using your device and fixing it, and instead of, buying another product and adding to like the e-waste or not, the avenue that you have to go through to repair it costs more. Tell a regular person that to fix your phone, it's going to be $350, right? When they can go get a new phone and just put the 350 towards it. Because after you fix the phone twice, you've already paid for the phone again. People are going to look at you like, I'm not doing that. Why?
Yeah, if it's easier, like it's all about convenience. If it's more convenient for the person to get a new product, they're going to get the new product over repairing it every time. It is what it is. People will pay a lot, and I mean a lot, for convenient people. Convenience is king, especially in today's world.
I mean, they even did that. What'd they do? I think I watched iFixit's teardown of the Xbox Series X. You can't fix that thing if it goes bad. There's like maybe one or two things you could possibly do, but that's it. You can't fix it. There's certain things in place to where unless you have whatever software that they're running or whatever process that they go through, you can't fix one of those things. And no one's flipping out about that. No one's like, oh my God, I can't fix my Xbox. It's $499. You'll just go out and buy another Xbox, or most people will just get like the GameStop insurance on it anyway.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you can't. I mean, that's the same with PS5. You can't fix the PS5 either. If it messes up, it messes up. That's it. But I'm glad you kind of brought this up about Apple, because it leads to I can segue into another topic that I want to talk about tonight, and that's Travis MCP's video about how much does Apple pay YouTubers. Now, my man Travis went gangster with him. I mean, he put out some flat out numbers that you just can't dispute, because, like I said on Twitter, men lie, women lie, the numbers do not lie. I'm going to quote some of these numbers that Travis dropped in the video, and it's astounding. So, Samsung live streamed their S20 Unpacked event. They live streamed it on YouTube. On the YouTube live stream, they had over 3 million views. 3 million people watched the Samsung S20 live stream back in February, whenever it was. When Apple unveiled the iPhone 12 in their iPhone keynote, they had 55 million viewers on that live stream. 55 million. So when Travis makes a video saying how much does Apple pay YouTubers, the answer clearly is nothing, because they don't need to pay anybody to promote them. Apple is I don't know. I don't really know how they managed to do this, but the Apple brand is self-promoting. They don't really need people to promote it. And the thing about it is, Apple gets all the interest in the tech space. If Apple holds an event, the tech space will stop. It will stand still while Apple holds their event. Apple doesn't need to pay a YouTuber to promote the iPhone, because the YouTuber is going to go buy it anyway, because they know that, hey, there were 55 million eyes on this iPhone 12 keynote. If I want some of those eyes on my channel, I better go out there and buy whatever iPhone I need to buy to get those eyes, at least some of those eyes, on my channel. Why the hell would Apple pay any of us when they have 55 million eyes on their live stream, and most of us are going to go buy the iPhones anyway, because we know that people are going to watch the content? It's like the running joke on YouTube about iOS and Android. iOS people only watch iPhone videos. I know some of y'all watch both, but Android people watch Apple videos and Android videos. But mostly Apple people, they only watch Apple content. Trenton, jump in.
So, once again, this is a little bit of a skirt to the right. So, when I was coming up, Apple was scarce, right? When I say scarce, if you knew someone with an Apple computer, you were the cool person, okay? Because almost no one had an Apple desktop whatsoever. And then they started coming out with the laptops. If you had an Apple laptop, you were the shit. You were the dude. Then when the iPhone came, or if you had an iPod, you were that dude, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And simply put, most people could not afford an Apple product. And Apple really brought like this whole luxury tech type of feel to it. So already, from jump, from me being a kid and me growing up and getting more into tech, I wanted to kind of know more about Apple. I wanted to see it because I didn't have it available to me. I couldn't get it. Now, fast forward later on, for a lot of other millennials who are like me, what do you crave when you get older? The things that you could not have as a kid. Okay. So you got a population of senior citizens already who this technology didn't exist when they were born. And they're like, all right, I like how this looks. I like how this feels. It's cool. They cater to me. I'm on board. You have a whole nother set of millennials in that generation that are like, I want this because I never had it. And they told me I couldn't have it. And now I got my own money and now I can have it and I can be the cool person. And then you have the other set of kids to where their parents have it and they're born into having an Apple device in their house and it's more of a common thing. It basically self-replicated itself. And at the same time, once again, you can't get Apple anywhere else. It's like you can only go to them to get it. So all of the intrigue is there because with Android phones, everyone has an Android phone. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A Google Pixel, this is gonna piss some people off, but Google Pixel is a Samsung, is a LG or whatever. 9 times out of 10, if you show it to a regular person, they're not gonna be able to figure out the difference. Apple has established basically their brand as being different from everyone else, but they've also been able to um, make it to where you can't ignore them.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where they're at in the space. You can't ignore them. Anyone that you can't ignore, people are always going to want to know about them.
Okay, so the deeper question is, how do we get here? Because remember, like you said, when you were growing up, Apple was scarce. Apple was dead. Microsoft brought Apple back from the dead in 1997. So from 1997, I think, to 2003, when they introduced the original iPad, it was 2001 or 2003. They introduced the original iPod. Obviously, there were MP3 player before the iPod, but somehow Apple found a way to make the MP3 player a mainstream consumer electronic device, and it kind of just took off. Then go ahead.
So basically, Apple found ways to make their products more accessible.
Mm-hmm.
So the way I look at it, and I look at the same way with phones, right? If you go back to 2007, you told somebody, "Hey, pay $1,000 for this phone." They'd have looked at you crazy because back in 2007, there was one of a couple of ways to pay for a phone. You either bought it outright with cash, you signed up for a contract, to where you agreed to stay with a carrier for such and such amount of time, and we'll get you this phone, through AT&T or whatever, or somehow, some way, you were able to convince your bank or credit union to give you a signature loan to go buy a phone or whatever, right? Nowadays, it's so easy to get an iPhone. You can go get an iPhone with zero down. Your dad can go get you an iPhone. Your sister can go get you an iPhone. Um, there's the Apple Card program where it makes it dumb easy to buy a phone. Um, there's so many different ways now for people to get. I know people who are on food stamps who have iPhones.
Mm-hmm.
And you couldn't do that back in the day. Back in the day, you could not be on public assistance with an iPhone. You couldn't.
Right.
And now iPhones are everywhere. Another perfect example, they came out with this M1 Mac. This M1 Mac can hang so far as performance wise, with MacBooks that cost $3,000 or $4,000. And that used to be the barrier of entry. It was like, if you wanted to do 8K, if you wanted to do all this crazy stuff, you got to pony up the money for it. And whenever people have to pony up the money, it's not gonna sell as much. But then they start taking this stuff and they started making it more available. Just like, they took the iPhone SE a couple of years back. So many people jumped on the iPhone SE because it was an iPhone 6S inside of a smaller body. No one cared about the size. They cared that you got a 6S on a budget. And that's why I bought one. I wasn't like, oh my God, this fits so great in my hand. Look at the aesthetics. No, I'm getting an iPhone 6S, but I only have to pay, what was it, $399 at the time? Yep. I'm paying half of what I could have paid for the full amount just so I can get into that Apple experience, just so I could be in that cool club and have the features, but not have to pay as much money. Like, you don't have to buy the highest end Apple product anymore. You can literally buy the lowest, crappiest end of the Apple spectrum. I know kids at schools that are happy if they get an iPhone 7 right now. You can go get those things from Walmart, from what's that called? Like the little the prepaid phones or whatever. You can pick them up for $200, So the accessibility is there. And once you have something that you told a whole bunch of people that you couldn't have unless you had money or you were in a certain, ability to get it, and then you just open up the floodgates and say, here, you get an iPhone, you get an iPhone, you get an iPad, you get AirPods. Like, people can finance AirPods.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
$149 headphones. You can make $5 to $10 payments at
T-Mobile will let you finance a phone case, which really blows my mind. Like, why are we financing a phone case? But I think they're here and there. So let's go back to what you said. I think you brought up a very good point about accessibility, because like I mentioned earlier, there were MP3 players before the iPod, but Apple found a way to make the iPod the most accessible MP3 player at the time, at the same time making it cool, giving it some type of mainstream cool factor. And I remember the original iPod that had that click wheel, and that was kind of revolutionary at the time because no other MP3 player had a click wheel like the iPod did. So between the cool factor and the introduction of the click wheel and some nice pricing on Apple part, people jumped all over the iPad. It kind of blew up. And then obviously in 2007, they combined the iPod with the makings of a phone and the internet communication device. And that's how we got iPhone, and the rest is history. So Apple took something that was already in existence and found a way to make it more accessible than any other device before it, plus providing a cool factor and building what we know as the Apple brand today, building that foundation off of the success of the original iPad, and then transitioning that successfully over to the original iPhone, and then just taking off. I just find that fascinating how they did that.
Oh yeah. And I think Tech for Your Needs made a comment earlier. He was like, is Apple still a luxury brand? They absolutely are.
Yeah.
They're not luxury to us in the United States because of how easy it is to get one and the availability. Go somewhere else in the world where you have to pay a 25% tax on top of what you can, like, people think MacBooks and iPhones are expensive here in the US. Go to another country and buy one and see how dumb expensive they get.
Yeah.
Imagine having to pay an extra $700 on your MacBook simply because you live in a different physical location. That still blows my mind to this day.
Definitely. And Janosis made a comment in the chat that Apple is still status in the States with a lot of kids. And that's a big reason why Apple is the multi-trillion-dollar behemoth that they are today, because as Trent has alluded to several times throughout this live stream, you can only get Apple products from Apple. There is no third-party distributor of Apple products. You can only buy an iPod from Apple. You can only buy an iPhone from Apple. So because they have that exclusivity, and you can only buy their product from them, it kind of drives up the demand for the product. And when you have products as popular as Apple products are, and they're the only ones that make and distribute their product, it just creates a world storm for Apple, and they have rolled that for over a decade.
Yeah, and that's part of business. I'm not going to say, oh my God, Apple's. It's just a business thing. Like I've understood, like at a certain point, there's a cost of doing business. There's a cost of, hey, how do I make sure I have repeat customers? And all companies do this or whatnot. Like, let's not pretend that these companies are charities, right? Like they're like, no, we have to make money to pay people to make more money. I would tell anybody, all right, let's say for example, somebody wants to pay you five they want to pay you $5 to cut a lawn, right? You're going to be like, well, I got to use my own lawnmower. I got to use either my own gas or my own electricity. You're going to have me here for an hour to cut your grass, and all you want to do is pay me $5? No, you got to pay me more. My time is worth more,
Yeah.
And that kind of rolls back to that article I saw the other day where they're like, oh, well, it costs $408 to make the iPhone, and they're selling it for $1,000. That's almost double the markup. And I'm like, now that I think about it, I'm kind of fine with that, because if people really want to keep that same energy, the little girl down the street that spent $10 to make lemonade, and she's selling them 25 cents a cup, I'm pretty sure she's making like a good 8 times profit on that, but you don't care about that, right? Because we all like to look at companies like, hey, you aren't people, you're evil, you're whatever. But that's just something that, if you really think about stuff like, all right, that Hershey bar that you bought at the gas station that was marked up 400%, right? So it's, I don't know.
No, but you make a good
think
point.
fun type of way.
When we talk about multi-billion-dollar corporations, their whole existence, their whole objective is to make money. And if you think about it in any other way, you're just being a fool. Like when Apple says that they're eliminating the charging brick from the box to be carbon neutral by 2030. I mean, it's admirable, and I'm not going to tell you that they don't care about the environment, but I'm also going to tell you they're trying to save money. If you believe that they're doing it just out of the charity of their heart, I got some water by the river. I want to tell you, they are doing it to save money. It adds to their bottom line. Okay. If they can save money on iPhone shipping and ship more iPhones in a pallet without including the charger in the box, they're going to make more on their bottom line because they don't have the charger in the box. Yes, it might go towards cleaning up the environment a little bit, sure, but the objective of Apple is to make money, and whatever move they make in their iPhone product line and supply line, they're making those moves to fatten their bottom line. They are no different from any other corporation. As much as I love Apple, as much as I am the captain of Team Apple, I realize that at the end of the day, they are a mega corporation, and they're going to do corporation things. Okay, they all do it. None of these corporations are like saintly. They're not saints. They're corporations. They're money making entities, and that's why you should look at them. That's why when we talk to you guys about your misplaced brand loyalty, why are you so loyal to a brand that all they exist for is to make money and get your money and take your money? They don't care about you as a person. They care about your money. I'm not going to sit up here and act like Apple cares about me. Apple don't give a damn about me, but they give a damn about my wallet, which they kind of rake through the coals on a yearly basis, but that's neither here nor there. But Apple cares about my wallet, okay? They want my money. They don't care about me as a human being. They want my money. And y'all need to understand that these brands want your money.
Yeah, I mean, so brand loyalty is a funny thing, right? And the reason why it's funny is because it's not all black and white. There's some gray in the middle. So when I say brand loyalty, I mean people that come up with like stupid arguments, right? Like arguments that shouldn't be a thing. But everybody naturally has some brand loyalty. Like, for example, if you bought an Apple product and you've had nothing but good experiences with an Apple product, I'm not going to call you a brand loyalist because you've had a good experience. Like it it makes sense. Like for you to have whatever you have works for you. But for someone to blindly defend something or blindly follow something for the sheer sense of pride or whatever, like a crazy argument they want to make, that's when I'm like, all right, look, if you're wrong, you're wrong. Like, don't say, hey, they're right just because you like them. you know,
Right. Yep.
I can go tell somebody right now, like, hey man, stop being so loyal to Samsung and come to Apple, and they'll look at me like, well, Samsung's given me everything I've ever wanted, so why would I go to Apple? Oh, well, you're just being loyal. You should try some. No, there's certain times where it makes sense to be loyal. You know, it
Yeah.
makes sense to be loyal to a company if you've invested all of this money into them, and then now, off the sheer fact of principle, to switch to another company, you would have to sell all your stuff. Like, no, why would you do that?
Right. But here's the thing though. Right in front of me, directly in front of me, I have a MacBook Pro 16-inch from last year. To my left, I have an iPad Pro 2020. And I have an iPhone 12 right here. So I have a litany of Apple products. But again, even though I prefer Apple products, I am not blindly brand loyal to them because I know that they're no different from a Samsung or an LG as far as their objective to make money and how they don't care about their customers. Really, they don't. I mean, yeah, they
Yep.
have customer service, but they don't care about you. They care about the money. Again, at the end of the day, their whole sole objective is to make money. And if you believe that they personally care about you, if you believe they're going to attain your crippin' parties and your bar mitzvahs, I got news for you. It's not happening. Okay, it's not happening. Shout out to N. James Lynn for the $4.99. He said, what do you think about the Samsung Galaxy S21 not coming without a charging brick? I think
It's
we saw it
stupid.
coming. We knew it was coming. I mean, Samsung can make fun of Apple all they want, but once Apple does something, Samsung is following right behind. It's their whole MO. We know it's happening. It's going to happen. Come on now.
This is the last thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna hop off. If you fully believe in that, take the charging bricks out of everything. Take the charging bricks out of the tablets. Take the charging bricks out of the phones. Take the power cords away from the computers. Okay, if it's something that companies have been giving you for years and you're supposed to have it anyway, and you really believe that, and this is for the people out there that are going to argue, you really believe that, take it out of everything. Don't say, oh, well, since we sell more iPhones or since we sell more Galaxies, we're going to take out the chargers. But you want an iPad, you get a charger. You want a MacBook, you get a charger. You want a Samsung Galaxy Tab, you get a charger. But the phone, you don't get a charge. I don't get it.
Yeah, and the HomePod Mini that I brought recently comes with a charger. So,
What?
yeah, it comes with a charger. It does. His face! Did y'all see his face?
All right. I would like to say thank you for having me. I'm officially done after that because you telling me a $99 speaker can come with a charger,
Yep.
but an $829 phone can't.
Yep, I'm telling you exactly.
All right, man. Thank you for having me.
No doubt. Hey, thank you for joining me and enjoy the wing, bro. Enjoy the wing.
Thank you, man.
I'm here every night. I'm here every Friday night. I'm here every Friday night. Yeah.
Let me just not go on Twitter. Let me just not go.
I think you should go on Twitter. I think you should go on Twitter.
Nah. I'm riding that positivity wave. But all right, man. I'm out, man.
All right, man. I appreciate you.
All right, peace.
Oh boy. Yeah. Yo. I mean, that is ironic though. The company that is preaching environmentalism and conserving the environment includes a charger with their $99 HomePod Mini, but they won't give you a charger where it matters most, the damn phone. That is kind of telling, isn't it though? That is very telling. But on that note, I am going to get out here for the evening. I appreciate you guys hanging with me and trending for the hour and 40 some odd minutes. Remember, next week is the second annual Vipey Awards, my yearly smartphone awards. It's going down next Friday night. All the categories from last year will return, plus a couple of new ones. But yeah, the Vipeys are happening next Friday night, December 4th, baby. It should be a fun time. So make sure you come back for that, because might be some surprises on that one. I'm just telling y'all, might be some surprises. But yeah. So when am I gonna be live again? When am I gonna be live again? I don't know. I'm about to work. I gotta work next week. So yeah, I have no idea. As of right now, I'll probably be live again on Tuesday night with Jason and Zach on the Painfully Honest Tech podcast. So that's probably the next time I'll be live. Before I'm being live on this channel, not sure. I'll try to be back before Friday. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah. Hopefully you guys had a happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully you are enjoying your weekend. Stay safe out there. Wear your mask and have fun. But until the next time, people, this your boy Viper, the man about tech. You know where to find me. So come back for more.